Yo, 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 what is up? We got 15 seconds before the open. Good morning, Matty Ice. Good morning, Ace. Good morning, King Carnage, Ryan, SF, Aloha, Maddie. Good morning, Green. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, E. Tesla is up. Yeah, Tesla is definitely up today. They're liking those numbers today. But yeah, they're basically pushing 220 right now. Excuse me. Let's leave it like that for a second. But yes, good morning, good morning. Please remember today, and today's going to be really your last like super safe day. Tomorrow you're not going to be able to, well, you could trade all you want, but the only thing is that it might not reset for the next day because Thursday is a holiday. So be careful about tomorrow. Today you're fine, but tomorrow be careful about how much you spend, because of course it might not settle, and then Friday comes around, you might not have any money to trade. So just keep that in mind. So either take the route of you're trading every day except Thursday, maybe light on Wednesday, because of course it won't resettle for Friday, or just avoiding it altogether. But you can see we have a little bit of a gap down. Even though Tesla's killing it today, we're having a little bit of a gap down here from SPY, because again, Tesla's not the only stock in the market. But we gapped down from the previous day close at 545.30s. Basically, we're in the 543.70s, but we're already working and fighting 544, which is again the 2-day ago close. I decided to leave it just because the open's like up here, so we got that set. I pretty much have the high down to the close, which covers the open and the high and all that stuff. But the only thing that isn't covered is this like little median in between. And there isn't like a real level here, you know, because you could have drawn this from here, you could have drawn this from here, you could have drawn this from here. But where it really matters is that 2-day ago close, and then it kind of also tags it right there. So pretty cool to see that this is kind of like I said earlier, like a little median line. So I would look to see does 544 get surpassed, and right now it is, but we'll see if that continues or not. Also, huge content has been released on the channel recently. One second. If you were a member of the channel, I released what I think is going to definitely be like a top 5 member video, in my opinion. It's me covering my favorite type of trade. I'm sure it's a couple of yours as well. But the video is called The Most Important Level for Scalping and Day Trading. This was posted 20 hours ago for members only of the YouTube channel. I also posted this for the premium and lifetime guys in the Discord. So regardless of where you have a membership, it doesn't matter. You have access to this video if you're, you know, somewhere in one of those two. So definitely check out that video if you have not already. I think a lot of you guys will like it. It's about 14 minutes. And then the lifetime guys, you definitely should check out the lifetime channel, because in Discord we released a video that is me reading through the entire candlestick handbook that was made by Leland. It's about a 56-minute video, but very detailed, very in-depth. It's definitely a long video, but a lot of cool content in there. But those 2 videos were released, and then we have another one coming out Friday for everybody on the channel, regardless of you being a member or not. It's just a free video. But it's kind of a sneak peek into the video that I released for everybody in the membership section. So I hope everybody enjoys that video when it comes out. There's an auto trading stop loss in the video that's coming out on Friday, I think. So I hope you guys check that out. Yeah, it comes out Friday. But that's it. That's enough me selling myself out. Definitely check out those videos though. I worked really hard on them. I think a lot of them will be helpful. They're definitely more detailed than usual. So again, like I said, if you have access, go check those out when you have time. Thanks for that day trading video. Super good info that I've been going over. Good. Yeah, like I said, it's probably stuff you're aware of. It's stuff that you know of. It's just I just wanted to go over it again. I tried to, in my head yesterday, I was just trying to break it down as simple as possible. And honestly, it was really cool because you can literally go into the Discord, and I saw like, you know, maybe 3, 4, 5 different traders in chat taking the exact same trade, and it was all deriving from that today's open, the breakdown that happened, and then it's like everybody seemed to have been totally fine. They knew that this was going to be a lower high based on the calculated fib, and then even those people that missed ended up catching this trade. I just thought it was cool that a lot of people in chat were posting it for us. You know, it wasn't even like, oh, Bueller posted this, thank God, or we would have missed it. Like, no, it's not like that. Like, plenty of people in chat caught it on their own. So it's just, it just felt like something I had to go over, because it was just, I don't know. I could see a lot more people in chat are like at that spot, which is good. It's good. There's a lot more people who are more mature, more in the leadership role rather than the following role, which is good. So I think once you start to, you know, spread that confidence, I think it's also really good for you. It allows you to take extra steps. But guys, we are just, again, like I said, holding that 2-day ago close. It's kind of like our little in-between point of control between our previous day high and previous day low. But of course, the more massive moves could come outside of the 546 area where the previous day high is. And then of course we have the previous day low at 542.50s. So we have 2 really big barriers around us right now. How do you become a member? Shut up, Ace. But if there is anybody out there with that question, you can just go to the YouTube channel and just click join. You can also click this link if you're interested in the Discord server. I didn't even know they had these. They have like an open community page you can go to. I thought this was cool. I didn't even realize we had this. But yeah, this is here. That's pretty old. But those are that would be how you join. While Spy settles here. Blah blah. Oh, you said? Are you saying Tesla? Oh, you're saying it's going to boom over 545 soon enough. Okay. I thought he said Tesla at first. I was like, damn. That's like, I'm bullish on it too, but that's bullish. It's funny too, because like everybody's really excited about how well Tesla's doing, but I was trying to explain to somebody yesterday, like, this really isn't up that much at all. You know, if Tesla really wanted to get going. Hold up. Yeah, if Tesla really wanted to get going, you could see, I mean, look how low on their chart they are. They really have a lot of upside potential. If this is the beginning of something else, you know, this could really get going. Yeah, I figured you were my Kevo. I realized who you were. He says, "I'm Mangekyo Kevo, by the way. I don't know why YouTube always wants my government name." That's funny. Today 5 minute real quick. Guys, small caps are actually looking really good today. I say this because the end of the day looked like crap for them. I mean, this was them at 9 o'clock Monday, right? All they did was just kind of settle. They dropped a little bit more. They popped back up. They settled again. So there's a lot of consolidation here. Regardless of this breaking and falling lower or holding and moving higher, this has a lot of built up energy for a very powerful move. So just keep this in mind. If it isn't today, could be tomorrow for all we know. And of course, there is news today. If you want to check that out, you can check out the daily updates channel in the Discord. There's a lot of really cool info in there. Eric posted himself. I think we have more news in 21 minutes. Are there any cool companies giving earnings? Let's see. Not really. Inflows on first trading day of new month. Gains in mega cap stocks. Jump in market rates leading to negative bias driving action under index surface. Damn. So as of yesterday's close, Nasdaq up 19% basically year to date. S&P up 14, almost 15% year to date. S&P 400 up 4% year to date. Dow Jones 3.9%. The Russells 2000 only up about 0.2%. But still, I mean, everything's up year to date. Even after all these pullbacks, you know, in your head, it might feel like we're a lot lower than we really are. IWM looking a lot stronger after a double hammer setup. The second one not as attractive, but of course being paired with the first makes it look a lot better. They can get this close over 201.80 is looking a lot better for small caps. We can come check on that here again in a second, but I am liking that a lot more. Like we talked about, that powerful move holding it yesterday. Tech kind of looking the same thing, except they're just not over anything. We're not over previous day close, previous day high, or this emerging candle at 482.09 yet. But very interesting to see that they're also moving up at the same time. You can see SPY's also getting some buyers. So pretty much the whole market's moving up right now. It's just not at a crazy pace, I would say. But good retakes of good levels. Could have definitely been a lot scarier if we just went up here and rejected these levels and fell. But this at least gives liquidity for either bears to reject and move back lower, or we're going to need to see some consolidation after this. I mean, it's not a parabolic move, but the fact we're just going straight up in the first 15 minutes definitely gives you that feeling. So watch for some better consolidation or retest before taking bullish plays. So you're kind of in the same boat on either side right now, but at least bulls have shown something. If we just projected here, I wouldn't have a scenario for bulls, except we need to retake this level, which isn't really much of a scenario. It's more of just like a parameter. IWM still struggling with that level. Triple Q's trying their best to get that new high. Watch out for coin. So basically, something you can do is if you see a rejection of 234 or the previous day high, this is for today, and you see lower highs on that 5 minute, you can look for taking some shorts against this area, right? But if this ends up being a soldier candle, you're going to see a pop over that high, and that's why I say against this higher 234 for lower highs. If you see the pop over that previous day high, you're probably going to see that push to 238 and probably going to see at least 240 today. So just keep that in mind, just because this would end up being a second soldier candle, or a single soldier candle, my bad, not a second. It would be a first. But that's a bullish kicker, so that's why I'm saying if you get the lower open to create liquidity to move higher, this could actually just turn out to be just a regular soldier setup. It'd be like this. Here it is. Here's like a perfect example. So see how we have this candle here, and then we open lower. It's not the perfect touch of it, but it's a really good hold under, and then they push back up, make a new high. That's probably what this candle is going to do if it pops that high right here. If it stays under this and that high right there, it's probably going to give you a little bit of a rejection today. And if anything in between, that just sucks. But that's the reality. I like that a lot about that Coinbase chart. So if anybody in here is watching Coinbase, there's your setup. Oh wow, I guess the same thing can happen here on Apple today. That'd be interesting because all-time highs right there at 220.20. All right, let's go to SPY and all that good stuff again. Let's see. Are we going to reject over the next 15-20 minutes? Are we going to see a push over these previous day highs? Right now, we're actually seeing a rejection on IWM. We would have loved to have seen a push over that 201.83 for bulls to be a little bit more present. Tech still holding a lot of their gains, so not as rejecting, as small caps like we just saw in IWM. Same for SPY. They're also rejecting that previous day close, previous day high kind of area. Maybe I'll just leave it on this for a minute. And for anybody who might be wondering, the white line is just the 9 EMA. It's just a basic ass average line to watch alongside price. It's not something you should be trading alongside. It's something that should be used as extra, right? So if you have something else telling you to be in a trade, and this is also on the right side, that's great. That gives you an extra confirmation. That's really all it's there for. So instead of just taking a rejection of the open, which I drew that wrong. Where's it going on? There we go. I grabbed from the wrong spot. But regardless of looking for a rejection of a fib or a level, or just maybe you just like the look of something, you can also add the confirmation of this one, jumping down to that 1, 2, or 3 minute to take your trade. Where are we? Here we are. And instead of just following that, you can also follow the break of an EMA, just something extra. Something very old, just kind of watching it, because it's something you can just lazily put on. It's not anything you have to like stare at, so I don't know, why not have it on? I'm also pretty cool with the 8 EMA. It's basically the same thing. And then middle VWAP, I know a lot of you like the intraday indicator middle VWAP. I think that one's fine as well. When used like this, I don't like when people are like, I'm only taking this trade because it broke down under VWAP. It's like, okay, but what else did it do? Is that it or what? Because that it by itself isn't really saying much. That's very, very, very short term. So again, good to have them, but not by themselves. And good morning, everybody in the voice chat. We got Chill Will, Garden Trader, JJ, Chem, Letter Buck, Linwood, Snurpy, Spicy Pepper, and Sinful. Good to see you all. Especially Sinful. Stonks only go up, Strat been paying. Good stuff, Kevin. He called out Nvidia calls in the YouTube chat, and he's up about 20%. Nice. I only posted AMD levels today, but I just like that it was sitting off of the, like, as a higher low off its demand yesterday. So pretty powerful move. This is what could have been seen from most sectors today. You can see triple Qs are now doing it thanks to, most likely because of the semiconductors, like you're saying. IWM's kind of holding, and SPY's in that area. Nvidia. And yeah, very nice move by Nvidia today. Good looks. I don't know my level set for it, but they're just now reaching the 9 EMA. That's how low they opened. That's crazy. See, that's normal. This right here, not so normal. On a 5-minute chart, that's pretty crazy. To open that low and then just now be hitting it after almost 20 minutes. Or sorry, 17 minutes. Good job, Kevin. And I don't know why Nvidia's not here, but we'll put it here. And yeah, I turned the YouTube chat off. I wanted y'all to see the watch list in case, because I mean, sometimes I click over to this, sometimes I click over to this, so it's just so you see what I'm doing. Because sometimes I'll be explaining something to y'all, and I'm like, guys, look, I'm literally clicking on it, and y'all are like, what are you talking about? You can't see it. Healthcare is down. We'll see if they hold 143.40s or if they're going to break down further under that area. And then looking at discretionary, just because they're up so much, it's just mainly because of what, guys? Why is this up so much? Does anybody know why? Why is discretionary up? I want to see who knows their stuff. I mean, it's very obvious. We've gone over what is up, but what is making this one go up? Who knows? BB, did you create the TradingView indicator? No, I believe that was Leland or somebody before me. It's Leland or Jason or somebody. I am not smart enough. And I do not use TradingView. Tesla, there you go, E. Good call out. Because of what? Why is Tesla making XOY go up? Somebody help E out. Somebody help the chat out. Why is Tesla the reason? Matty Ice just straight up says Elon. Good morning, Alexis. Good to see you. Good job, Kevin. He's taking his Nvidia off the table. Great job. Great push. And good job not being greedy. Taking your profits. We don't know where this market's going to be in 20 minutes. Good morning, Mikey. Back to that question, though. What else... Or, I'm sorry. I'm asking the wrong question. Why is Tesla making XLY go up? What is the exact reason? I don't care about the news today. That's not what we're talking about. Why is Tesla making XOY go up? Why is that? Exactly, because it is a top weight inside of the XLY sector alongside Amazon. Great job, E. I know it was a basic question, something super simple, but it's good to know that stuff. Not everybody knows the top weights of each sector, and it's okay. But going over them helps. It's just good to know why is the market going up, because everybody seems to forget sometimes that SPY is literally made up of all of this. This is just a bunch of ingredients. SPY is a big pie, right? I mean, in a stupid way, these are like your slices, right? All those ingredients make up these slices. The slices together make up the entire SPY pie. I know it sounds stupid, but I mean, in my head, that's how it works. It's very easy to remember. Nice little 3-bar play holding the very important 453.50s on Microsoft. We're looking at Microsoft because they're in a very important weight of the market just overall. Them and Apple together, as well as Nvidia. Those three make up tech almost by themselves. Tesla popped a new high. Good to see. Looks like the energy sector started a little higher, but have all fallen below, and might even be setting up lower highs under their today's opens. So that would be very interesting to see energy break lower. XOM and CVX, if you're interested. Those are the main two XLE tickers I look at. Oh, nice. PayPal, of course, gaps up. Haha. Damn, John Deere. What are y'all doing? Here's another really cool energy stock. This is one of the wildest ones. So this one does so well because they don't just focus on one style of energy, whereas most companies focus on like two. Two is like kind of your normal for big energy companies. Like, let's focus on gas, let's focus on this, let's focus on that, you know, and that's it. That they'll cut it off right there. These guys focus on like 10 to almost 15 different types of energy. I don't. It could be even more than that for all I know. But this one's pretty cool. I've been talking about this one for a very long time, and they've just been on the steady grind up. Kind of like a boring grind up, but that's pretty insane. Not many stocks do that, at least over that period of time. I mean, if you look back at where this actually is dipping down to, this is in 2020. It is now 2024, and this is a weekly chart. Which let's get off that. We don't need to be on that. Let's go to the 2-day 5-minute on Boeing here. I just wanted to see why this was spiking so much. I looked over here and I saw they were up a little bit. Good retake, a previous day close, lower highs, previous day high. I know previous day highs way up here. Coin up to that lower high spot that we're looking to see. Does this get rejection here? Keep that in mind. 236 to 234, looking for lower highs. If they break over 236, there's a very good chance you're going to see a nice green day on coin again. Ulta, what you doing down here? I still like this one a lot, where it's building. We talked about this before I kind of went on my little break, but there was a hammer here. There's a good hold here of a soldier candle just about. And you're still holding this as a higher low. It looks very ugly though, because you have so many wicks on top while they're sitting here. So I don't blame anybody for not touching this yet. But I do like the amount of just volume that is sitting here. That's a very good sign for a potential buy the dip play. Not saying it's happening. God, I hope Visa closes like that today. That'd be awesome. Nice little inside bar. Same for Pepsi. They have earnings soon. FedEx moving higher. Datadog's on fire. I don't know what we were drawing here. Oh, this is the control point area. Because before, they fell under here, rejected again. Gave us even a midterm retest away from that area. But we just failed to just give new lows. We kept holding above this area down here, above 103.88. This is the dollar we're looking at. Which has a positive and negative effect on the overall market that we like to look at. So it's just cool to look at, even if you don't trade it itself. But right now, what this is basically telling us is that we're possibly making lower highs here. We haven't broken down anything though. So if we're gonna keep rejecting this, but we hold this area between 105.40 and 105 basically 60s, we should hold and then move higher. If we end up breaking this area, this should give us a good breakdown, which is good for the market. Anytime you see a breakdown in this, it's a good positive effect to the market most of the time. Not all the time, not to the cent, not going to be in the perfect second every time this falls, SPY goes up. It's not like that. They're not perfect opposites, but it will definitely have a good positive effect for bulls on the market if we get that breakdown. If we get a continued hold and a continued rise, then we have to assume SPY has a lot of bearish pressure still sitting on the chart. As well as Triple Q, IWM, all of these, you know, fun things we like to look at. Which let's go check on those again now. So IWM, we were looking to see, do they pop? Do they get any close over 201.80? They seem to have gotten that almost 10 minutes ago. This is the second candle trying to hold over that level. But very good show of hands. We like this a lot just because of the amount of consolidation sitting here and the fact that we're holding 201.20. So if we can just do that here, be a very good sign to work towards 203s just about. If not though, we can expect a breakdown and possibly test of 200.50. On SPY, we were looking to see, can we get over basically just the highs and the previous day close of yesterday. Can't even do that. We're just getting up to it, we're touching it, and we're just rejecting. But it's okay because this is the first reaction. We just literally jumped up for 15 minutes straight. So I think it's okay if we take a little bit of a breather. Let's see if we can get that second attempt. If that second attempt fails, then you can start to have a little bit of caution on that chart. Again, just using our context in front of us. And then last but not least, Triple Q, the tech chart. They're actually looking really good. Instead of SPY, where they just went up here and rejected, they actually pushed over previous day close and previous day high. I had to make sure real quick. So they're actually over really, really good short-term levels, as well as 482, which is on the daily time frame. So very, very good hold. And this isn't the first candle, it's the fourth candle to hold over so far. So as long as they're holding this area, we have to assume tech does want to move higher. You can also just individually watch some tech tickers if you think we're going to fall or hold. You have Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia that you can go look at instantly. Tesla, of course, the big trending stock of the day. They have a higher open and a continuation. They've hit over 225 today, up almost 7%. Coin looking for lower highs between 234, 236. Any pop over that can be very bullish. No plan on Roku. Apple not looking bad. And Nvidia, this is kind of like what I said on SPY. Like, it's okay. They're not looking super bullish yet because this is the first reaction. I mean, this took 20 minutes for them to finally reject. So I think it's okay if, like I said earlier, they take a little bit of a breather first before trying again. And if not, then it makes sense. It's just a good buyer reaction that ends up leading to a retest lower. But I always like to give some of these setups a chance just because, you know, you don't have to touch everything. You could literally just sit here and watch it. You can miss a setup that fails. It's okay. But it's good to talk about each setup that's possibly happening. It's good to say, oh, you know, they give us another chance because it's the first time. It did just rally 15 minutes. You know, most people don't think like that. They're not using the context of what's literally right in front of them. And it's just because not every strategy works the same way. Some just are triggers. You know, if something happens, you react. And that's what most systems are based on, which ours is a little similar. But it also has that context that's built into it where you're not just going off of reaction. You're also using what you have from before. Whether it was from 30 minutes ago because that's when we opened. Whether that's from, you know, a day ago because we have really good short-term info from previous day. It doesn't matter. Yo, what is up, Carter? Good morning, man. Oh, my bad, Garden Trader. I just saw the the voice chat text channel. You also answered when we were talking about the sectors. My bad. You are correct, though. And yeah, good call out, Kevo. Quick and simple. Oh, one more shout out to not an older video, it's still a recent video. If you guys go to the YouTube channel, this is a public video, everybody can see this. This one. So the other day I had somebody ask me, like, where is Eric getting all these news sources? Where do you guys get your news from? Where are you posting this stuff from? I've always promoted these for free. I don't even know who owns them. I just know that they're really cool websites, but I go over all three videos
pretty in depth. So I would definitely check out the 3 websites I show in here. But it's all free. You don't have to sign into any of them to use them. You could literally just type in the URL and bam, that's it. So definitely check these out if you haven't already. This video wasn't made to get views or anything. It's literally just because these are the sources we use and we trust them and we like them a lot. Really easy to look at, really quick to check. And I even talk about the advantages to some of those websites over other competitive websites that a lot of other people use. Because the other websites a lot of people use these days are either worse, like they lag even more than that one, where they don't release the news at all. But also like small stuff, you know, like Econoday. You can't even check the new Econoday events until like that Sunday night or that next Monday. It's like, what the hell? Like, why would I want to wait all that time to prepare? What if I'm like an early bird? You know, I know some of you guys are freaks. Some of you guys start to get ready on Saturday. Some of you guys are ready that same Friday before the week has even started. Some of you guys are getting ready for the next week, which is cool, totally fine. But you can't even use some of those sources because they don't update enough. They don't update quick enough. So it's just, I don't know. I like those a lot. Another hammer trying to hold on to 201.83 from above. Very good sign for bulls on IWM. Triple Q trying to have the same vibe still. See if they can hold another hammer at 42. If so, that would be very bullish. And coin. Like I said, we're going to look to see can they struggle between 234 and 236. If so, this can give us a great breakdown. Very solid outside confirmation if they can reject that previous day close at 233.40. So if anybody's looking for an outside play that might not be on SPY or Triple Q or IWM, you can definitely check out Coin, in my opinion. I like that one a lot. Apple working over the previous day high over the last couple candles. They're even into the next supply. So very good bullish breakout by one of the big weights in the market. Tesla's still holding a lot of its strength too. This is a good sign. If Nvidia, and where's my baby Microsoft? There she is. If Microsoft and Nvidia can keep holding their, or not keep holding their gains because they don't really have a bunch of gains on like Nvidia here, but if they can work over a bullish scenario or just kind of hold and not fall off the face of the earth, that would be very good for Apple. Same thing for Microsoft. If they could just hold their gains, because they actually have some gains here we can talk about, or even make new highs, that would be really, really good for Apple. Which in turn is good for NASDAQ. It's good for the tech sector, which they're trying to hold over previous day highs right now. So that would be a very bullish scenario setting up for them. But remember, it's not just about, oh, if this works, we get in. Like, no, it's also about, well, if it fails, now we know it's going to reject and pull back a little bit. And you could even get into that. Or just watch it. There's so many different options you can do. Because, again, it's only the first 34 minutes of the day. It's not like you have to be a part of everything. Just remember, use this stuff for info before you're instantly thinking about how it can be used for a trade. You know, let that naturally just happen to you. You'll just naturally start taking trades, but all of this stuff needs to be just basic info to you first. God, Sinful, you were going in. PayPal high of day, get effed. Oh, that's crazy. Good morning, Eric. Coming in here to support Listen. Love you, BB fam. Love you too, Eric. Simple said, have y'all seen Workshop 11? Pretty good stuff. Nah, man, never heard of it. Actually, funny you mentioned that. I remade that the channel trailer because I was like, man, this is still probably the best video I'll ever make. I don't know if I could beat that one. Microsoft, new high of day. Tesla, new high of day. He says, I'll have to look into it. When is Workshop 69? I am not sure. I don't even know if we're going to do any more Workshop videos anymore. Let's see, how many have we got in there? I know I have a playlist. Where are they at? Here they are. There are exactly... Okay, there's only 11. We stopped at 11. I said this is as best as it gets, and that's it. There's some cool ones though. There's a couple in there that are a little outdated that I don't really know if I would watch, but Like 10-man spreads. That info is still very relevant for anybody who's into spreads. Over 3 years ago, Harlan shared the midpoint strategy, which is something that me and Leland still to this day use very heavily. Using that previous day halfway point is a very important thing to us. Swing trading volume with JBake. I love that video. That'll always stay up. Day trading, charting and creating a plan plus swing trading, day trading. Yeah, like this Michelob one, pretty mid, but I liked what he was talking about. I liked Michelob. The strat with Michelob, even though this is something Leland's gone over and it's just another basic strategy. The reason I like this strat is because of the templates. I really actually like a lot how they just kind of number everything and then just kind of, it's like a coding system, but for candles. And how to trade them correctly. So, I mean, I love anything that has price action related info about it. That one's not bad. And then Workshop 11, of course. That's about it. But yeah, different workshops for all different kinds of reasons. So, definitely go check out pretty much anything on my channel. You could just go to the playlist. I had somebody ask me, do I have swing trading videos? You know, it's like, just go to my channel, you know, click on playlist, and you'll see I have something for literally everything. At least with what we cover, swing trading, day trading, the different types of entries. You'll see the terms we use, lead test, base build, you know, just stupid stuff like that. But there's a playlist for just about everything on here. Scalp trading series, the live trading series, all that good stuff. Yeah, definitely have fun with that. Apple's still moving higher. We also have Tesla holding its gains. Nvidia's weakening a little bit, but Microsoft doing what we needed. They're moving a little bit higher, so that's good for the tech chart for anybody who might be looking at Triple Q or just Apple on its own. Coin still a little bit of weakness between that rejection. IWM still trying their best to hold on to 201.80. See if this helps SPY a lot, but tech is definitely not the problem today, that's for sure. Amazon's trying to join in. Good call out. You know, why am I even on this watch list? I have everything here. Good call out, E. I was literally just about to say, you know, I kind of wonder what are these other, you know, big market weights, what are they doing? It's like most of them are actually up or just slightly holding. AMD also giving up a lot of its strength this morning. Tesla does not seem to care. 227.17 new high of day again. Go on, Tesla. I'm not even in this chart. I'm cheering for people who are. It's a very, very big move today. I know those Tesla investors have been waiting for the day. Their time may have come now. But and we went over this morning. Definitely go check out that Tesla analysis we did earlier in the stream. Just kind of highlighting what can happen from here after that big move now. I'm just kind of clicking on other things just to kind of make ourselves aware. We're still seeing that rejection on coin like we wanted to see. Of course, any pop over 236 invalidates this idea. Nice little gap down on that next 5-minute candle. Nice. Definitely green in that trade right now. Nothing out is screaming out to me, at least for a trade. Everything else I'm just seeing as info for right now. I wanted to see a continuation down on cost. We got a little bit of that. Nothing crazy, though. Poor McDonald's, who's just going to keep falling, it looks like. They're going to eat into those longs. They're going to do this thing where they make a fake low or a new low, and then they retake it. That's that 90% entry all of you guys know about. And then from there, they'll probably work back up. But that could just keep falling to 245. So we're not going to sit here and chase it. But I'm definitely going to keep MCD on the back burner because I think that's going to be a good one to watch. And of course, in Unity, we wanted to see some continuation down today. They are working back up, so they're going against the grain. SPY is rejecting, just to kind of let everybody know. IWM failing under 201.83 right now. Triple Q's also failing under the 482 level. So short term, we have some levels breaking to the downside. Could be invalidating a little bit of this bullish momentum earlier in the morning. which a lot of our big ones that were moving today were like Apple and Tesla. We had Nvidia move on this morning as well, but they seem to have given up. Same with AMD. Amazon was trying there for a second. They're also giving up some of that momentum. Poor Apple, she's up there all on her own. Alright, so I guess we'll just kind of come back to SPY and we'll just see what's going to happen. We're getting that rejection right now there on SPY in between the previous day high and previous day close. So very good spot for a bearish rejection to pop up. But we're going to see, can we get that follow-up move and not just, get one rejection, but did they actually get that follow-up move afterwards? Are they going to go in one leg? Are they going to give us this retest? We don't know. But right now, we definitely know that we're having problems getting over good levels for bulls. But remember, the first 15 minutes got us in this position. See, this could have happened already right here, and we'd be down in the 542s. But because of these first 15 minutes, the bulls actually gave themselves a chance. Remember, we talked about that in the first 10 minutes of today's stream. So that is very interesting that we still have 544 to worry about there on SPY. And this templates over to the other charts. On your IWM chart, you have 201.18. On your triple Q chart, you have 479.20. Actually, I would say more or less whatever this is, 480. We'll just say 480. Just because there's a lot of consolidation sitting there. But, I mean, it transfers over to the other ETFs, the other indexes. So please check those out. It's not just SPY, SPX. There's also triple Q. There's IWM. So it's good to look at those as well. Yes, give us that continuation down, coin. Very good job. We're going to trim some of our profits here. And we'll keep one contract just to see what we can do with it. But that is what we wanted to see. We wanted to see the test at 230. I wanted to see just about low of day getting hit today. Basically where we opened on Coinbase. Very good rejection for an initial take profit. I want to see that break though for my final contract. We'll also lower our trigger for the stop loss. We'll lower it to... we'll keep it at 236 because who cares? Keep it loose. So check out the rest of the market real quick. Why did I type paid that way? Am I dumb? I typed paid, P-A-Y-E-D. Nice. Tesla 227.74. They're still holding on to a lot of their gains. Good for them. Them and Apple. Okay, so keep that in mind. Tesla, Apple. Still holding a majority of those gains. Even without the help of most of the market. To a bigger extent. I mean, they're definitely not hurting it as much as they could be. There's a lot of stocks holding up pretty well, actually, despite some of this pullback. Is it enough, though, is the question. Alright, back to SPY. But how's everyone in stream? Good morning, everybody, of course, in the Discord and the YouTube stream. Glad to have you all. Hopefully your Monday was decent. Good rejection here still on SPY. You have multiple rejections of the previous day high, previous day close region. I mean, really the only thing holding you up here is this consolidation area. Kind of like where we retook yesterday and then held. It's just this little area here. So bigger selling can happen under 544, but they seem to already be pulling back in a decent way right now. Does it continue though? IWM still failing, so good sign for that. Triple Q also. So everything lines up for this drop to continue happening. It's just will it? And we do have... Oh wait, no, that other news already came out. We're good. Let me check one more time just to triple check to make sure. Yeah, that's all the news for the day. Everything's already done. Alright, cool. which we really didn't get much movement from any news today. Kind of expected, and you guys have probably heard me say this a million times, so I'm sorry if I'm boring you. But a lot of the times you have news in the beginning of the week, it almost doesn't matter because the second half of the week will still have news, and that's really what everyone's looking forward to, is the FOMC, which is Wednesday, not today. The 4th, we have a holiday, of course, July 4th. We do not have any trading Thursday, as I said earlier. And then Friday, we have the unemployment rate and non-farm payrolls. So, which I don't think that's going to be as crazy as everyone likes to make it out to be. I think Wednesday is going to be your day because you have PMI coming out from your services. You have a lot more news and real data coming out on Wednesday. So I think Wednesday is really the big day of the week, which kind of sucks because the next day is a holiday. Thursday, of course. So I just feel like those two together will give up some kind of weak momentum, you know, and it's just, I know that's not going to be as entertaining, as enjoyable, but who knows? Maybe there'll be amazing amounts of opportunity. It's a good thing to not have a closed off mindset, therefore you can just keep looking for opportunity. Market's open for hours a day. I grabbed some coin, 227.50, only 2. Nice. And yeah, guys, I'll give it a couple minutes before I start clicking around a bunch again. I get into the habit of clicking around too much and then I miss some stuff. But let's look at our sectors for a quick second. We can see tech. We can see healthcare, which they're looking horrible today. Banks looking alright. They seem to be one of the few. Of course, XOI kicking ass today on the back end of that Tesla rally. And then comms, which is our Meta and Google sector. Meta, Google, Netflix. Which, how is Netflix doing? Still chilling up here. Nice. People called me crazy back then, man. I said this would be back at 700. It would just take a sweet amount of time. It's going to take its sweet patience. I'm a little surprised to see it that quick, but... because in terms of recovery to this length, I mean, it fell to 150. That is pretty quick. You might look back and, or if you were in the moment, you might think that took forever. But, you know, looking back, this actually was pretty quick recovery. They never made new lows. I mean, you can see they kept making higher lows multiple times. This is the weekly chart. Of course, it's easier to see it that way now. But just kind of cool to reflect on. Netflix really did it all. They really shot themselves in the foot twice and then recovered. Here they are again. 700 just about. That's pretty crazy. Definitely one of the most wild recoveries I've seen in a while. In a while. Alright, SPY. We're getting a lot of up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yesterday and today, which this was kind of expected, but it's definitely going to cause for more indecisive price action. It's also the positioning. You can see like SPY, like a lot of you might look at this and in 5 seconds be like, wow, puts look beautiful as long as they don't let it pop over previous day close, previous day high. And you'd be right. But the fact that we had those first 15 minutes, the fact that we didn't just fall after that second rejection does add a little bit of indecision to both sides. I would say both sides have experienced price action today where they've done something that they could have taken advantage of and they didn't. So definitely a little bit indecisive. But against these highs, we are definitely rejecting still on SPY. So we'll see if that changes or not. Would you say React? Amazon 90% entry. What is this level? I don't even know what that is. God, Amazon had a weird day yesterday. It's like this was trading in anticipation for Tesla or something, like to like pop off, and then it did, and Amazon's not popping off with it. So it's like it's gonna have like this day again, but to the downside. It's so weird. I mean, we'll see. It could recover and hold higher. It is Amazon. It's about to give up PML. Never mind. Okay, cool. And that's fine if you update something and then randomly it's like it just gives up. That's fine. Ooh. Hey, coin, give us that dip. Come on. 229.20s. Give us that break. Nvidia still under the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. That is actually wild. And AMD back to square one. Tesla's like, please, someone, just someone. Even Apple's slowing down now. Alright, sorry. We'll quit switching around so much. I think I'm going to just leave it on triple Q for a second. I don't know what I will do with all my hundreds of dollars that got me. God. I keep wanting to go into trade floor. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I keep wanting to go into trade floor and like posting something, but I'm like, man, this is crap. And then I just delete it. I'm like, I'm not posting that. I will not lie. What's everyone looking at right now? Are you guys looking at SPY? Are you guys looking at tech? Small caps? What's everyone looking at? Yes, coin. Yes. Yes. Keep bleeding. Fall through the floor. IWM, triple Q, and just kind of a reaction. But yeah, what's everyone looking at? Anybody on Discord or YouTube, regardless of where you are? What charts are you guys just kind of staring at? And thanks on YouTube for all the thumbs up. It does definitely help out the channel. So I appreciate that. Kind of going through SPY, triple Q, the small caps, and a lot of its weights that make up each of the three. Not really just sticking to one chart. We've been just kind of jumping around to all of them. Valdora says, lifelessly looking at SPY. I feel you on that one. Carter says, IWM, you know me. Yeah, it's not bad to stare at IWM. I've definitely been enjoying this one a lot more recently. Just very clean. I don't know. I hate when people just look at one or the other because we've all been led to believe to just stare at SPY or triple Q. But in all honesty, you should really split your attention perfectly balanced between all three. All three are really good because they're all different reasons. You know, it's all different meanings behind the market. One is small caps. One is tech. One is just kind of a really just a conglomerate of everything. So you get kind of like that balanced look. You can also look at the Dow if you really wanted to. And yeah, like I said earlier, we're getting a lot of up, down, up, down, up, down. Kind of ties into what I said earlier. It's just, you know, there's so many times where a bull or a bear could have taken the advantage they had today, and they just haven't. So we're just kind of seeing a lot of just indecisive price action in between. And that's really why we've been kind of clicking over to other charts like coin. We were looking at Boeing for a second, Tesla, Apple, you know, Microsoft, Nvidia, AMD. It's good to go look at different individual tickers when these charts look like this because this might look like, oh, nothing's moving. It just feels like I'm not going to get any trades. But then you go switch to these other individual weights that make up that chart, and you're like, oh my god, wait, what was I doing? Everything's moving. Let me go focus on this. You know, so don't just get caught up in looking at the indexes, guys. Also look up the weights that make them up. It's just good to actually see what's moving it or not. But thank you guys for the reply. Just looking to see what everyone's looking at. No real criticism or anything. Oh my god. I'm gonna read out this message. This is pretty funny. So this person said, do you have Bueller's socials? I'd love to follow him. Those videos are genuinely very educational. Usually I'm very lazy with education, but these are very in-depth and knowledgeable. Someone's kissing my ass. And then he goes, if you're not a better trader after watching any of them, then you either didn't pay attention or you have a serious learning disability. And then he put in quotations, I have ADHD and these were very understandable. It's probably because I am very I don't know the words for. I'm special in a way. It's probably why I like it helps that kind of person. Because I think that way. That's kind of funny though. That made me laugh. Shout out to whoever Frosty is. That's pretty funny. You think he's like about to roast people who have like a disability, and he's like, because I'm one of them. He like represents them. That's funny. It went one direction and then the other. Based. New Hive Day for Apple, Tesla, Nvidia is what you're watching. Good looks. And yeah, good call out by Fantastic John in the Trade Floor Discord. He said Apple New Hive Day. Alright, well, tech might not be done then. They're not going to leave Tesla alone as they pop 230 on the day. What a beautiful looking chart. What did I say in stream the other day? 228? And here they are $2 over that. That's crazy. They crap on even the realistic expectations. I mean, that is a huge move today. Almost 10% on the day. Coin still chilling around where it dipped down to, but they are also still rejecting the today's open and 5-minute 9 EMA. So kind of keep that in mind as like a further out kind of confident area. As long as it's rejecting that, it should still fall. Of course, if it retakes that, it gives it a lot more chance of not continuing to fall. Pretty simple. Whoops, what did I just click? Oh. Solar, ew. No one cares about solar. IWM failed and are also under the 5-minute 9 EMA. They're not looking too pretty now. Tech looking a lot better after failing under. That could have been a liquidity grab for all we know. And yeah, sorry this isn't more exciting. I mean, I don't control the damn market, but trying my best to switch through and keep things a little bit exciting while we switch through and just kind of see what's actually causing the market to go up and down. And it's really just a combination of mixed movement in the sectors, guys. You have, and this is why I pushed you guys and urged you guys to look at individual weights today, because there's going to be some that do great, there's going to be some that don't do so great, but the mixture as a whole, what they're doing together, is making these charts not look so great for individual trades on these. So if you're struggling on the individual, you know, the ETFs, it's because of the individuals, the weights that make them up. It's just it's mixed emotions, mixed movement. Some of them are up off of news, some of them are up off of just, you know, of important level breaking. Some of them aren't moving at all. Some of them have no momentum. So I think it just kind of sheds light on how indecisive it will be as a whole today. But you're still going to find great opportunity on individual charts. I mean, you can't complain. Look at Tesla. I know AMD got some pretty good movement today, even though it's back into square one and looking again, but they did move a lot. So did Nvidia. So there was movement for the first part of the morning. It just wasn't the greatest. Energy still pulling back. And really the only play I've personally given out was Coin. Kevin gave out Nvidia earlier. I know a bunch of you guys are looking at SPY, IWM, Triple Q, which is totally fine. I'm not trying to pull anybody off of anything. But it's good to be able to click around to multiple things, not just watching one, so you can have a plan. Also, I feel like it's good because whenever, let's say you're like in a trade on SPY, right? And you're that type of person who just doesn't let your rules sit, right? You're someone who jumps the gun, or you just do something before the outcome of the trade has even happened. You know, you just jump it and then it ruins your trade. A lot of the time it's because you're just staring at it. If you were to actually move on and just kind of like give yourself a little bit of separation from it, you know, not marrying your trade, I think you'd have a lot more comfortable as a time. And maybe not, maybe that'll make it worse. But maybe try that out. You know, if you're going to take some trades, also have some other stuff to look at. I'm just setting up short-term targets for if it does keep falling. Sinful said, I feel like selling Tesla and spending the next 5 years complaining about why I sold. That's actually so good. Because there really is just that crowd of people out there still. Garden Trader, I'm going to take a look at this too. Ah, okay, so you just got caught in the mess. Let's see though, where your entries, where they sound. Let's see. You know, I don't really like the first trade just because of how early on it is. But I see what you're going for, so it's not like you're just shooting in the blind. And I actually really like your second trade because that actually looked like a liquidity grab. Oh wait, were you in puts on the second one? Closed below pre-market high, which was at the 50% of the CDO retest. I should have stayed out of it for this fact alone. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're saying now. Okay, never mind. You don't need to hear it from me. You already said it. I don't want to be that repetitive voice in your ear. I hate when people do that to me, high key. Like, I'll go over my own trade, I clearly see where I fucked up, and then someone's like, yo, dude, you messed up right here. It's like, yeah, I know. I don't need to hear it again. I get it. It's just because someone cares. But sometimes it can be annoying, so I'm not going to be that voice to you. I know why I lost. I'll be honest, that's probably what kept me away, Garden Trader, this morning. I just didn't like that when we did push above here. Like, this gives bulls a chance, and I love that. But there was no second follow-up opportunity that was just like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, we got a nice hammer here, and then what followed it? Like, from here to the left looks beautiful, right? Like, from here to here looks beautiful. But then we got this candle, and it's like, eh. And then we get this candle. It's like I'm getting bear, bull. You know, bull, or bull, bear, bull, bear, bull. It's just like, there's too much indecisiveness there. I think that's what kept me away from looking at SPY. And I'm not saying take the same rule and follow that every time you see that. It's using my context. I see context, I see, oh, there's a lot of indecisiveness. That just gives me caution. It's not like the chart's ruined or anything. It could still pop off. It could still do great. It could still get great momentum. But I feel like when I see that, it definitely keeps me away from wanting to touch it as much. Plus that lower open. Yeah, and the lower open. We got the lower open, and then we rally the first 15 minutes. It's like, okay. So we really don't know who has control. That's what that tells me, at least. Like, cool, buyers are here, that gives them a chance, but it also ruins other opportunities on the chart that could have been had. You know, us rejecting previous day higher or lower highs. That would have been beautiful, getting a good breakdown. That would have brought good momentum, good movement today. But instead, we took that level, and now it's like a battle to see who's going to control it long enough. And who knows, this might cause a really good move before lunchtime, during lunchtime, power hour. I'm not saying that that can't happen, but for the morning session, it definitely does ruin some of that momentum. And it's just kind of like a sign of like, hey, we need time. Even though it really doesn't need time with how much consolidation sitting here on all of these charts. You go to IWM as well, they have a lot of consolidation for most of Monday there. You can see triple Q as well. So it's not like consolidation's the problem. That's just what's happening. Which it sucks, but it's the reality. It's not about, is this awesome for us? We also just need to have these, you know, warnings in our head of like, you know, is this the type of market? Is this the tempo of the market I want to be a part of when I'm taking the types of trades that I take? And if not, then I don't need to be looking at them. Move on to something else. And that's to everybody. Not just Garden, that's to literally everybody in here. I'm about to take my profit on this runner on coin. Also, good job, Garden Trader. Thank you again for, regardless of how many people join you, regardless of, you know, it being the popular thing to do or not. I do really appreciate you posting in Post Charts channel. I see people's posted in there, but yeah, Garden Trader still dominating that channel. I see Matty Clams in there a couple times. But definitely, if you guys are too scared to post, or if you just don't know how to post, if that's the case, just review some of the posts above you. There's some really good examples pinned to this channel. There's some really good examples recently posted in the channel. And it's really just giving yourself context on what's in front of you before the day is started. That's really all it is. So whenever you wake up, or whenever you have 10 minutes for yourself, or if it's like right before the market opens, go in there. Drop what the context you have on your chart, you know, in that channel, and just write out, what do you see, what do you feel, what do you think's gonna happen, what do you think's there. Just talk about all of it. It's a really good way to reflect later. But Garden Trader does that. I see a few people in chat do that, and I think it's a great thing for everyone to do, just in general. I think it's a cool part of the routine everybody could use. Just context. Again, I feel like that's the most powerful word I'll probably use all year. She just said, I can't imagine not doing it. It helps me so much. There you go. That's a cool thing to say too, because, you know, now you can really say preparation is really part of your day. It's not just for show. It's not to look cool. It really is part of your routine. And that's good. I'm the same way. See, I kind of referring back to that Frosty guy's comment, you know, saying like learning disabilities. I feel like some of the methods I come up with, like order of operations, I feel like all this stuff only exists because of how my brain works. Like, it's not like I'm smart or anything. I always go around the long way. Like, if I don't do something with my hands, I will not remember anything I just did. If I don't do it myself, I will not remember. And I know a lot of people are just like that. And I feel like these little methods we come up with are very helpful. Like getting context, I feel like that's very helpful, because it's just like a book. It's just like reading. You know, all we're doing is just getting what's already there. It's not hard at all. Now, making decisions from that can be hard. I'm not going to argue with that at all, but it can definitely make it a lot easier when you're better prepared. I know when I'm better prepared, I perform better. Regardless of it being test taking, regardless of this being school related, regardless of being trading stocks, it doesn't matter. Preparation is key. Same thing for sports, right? If you're warmed up and you've been shooting the ball around, you're going to be a lot more warmed up than your friends who just showed up. You're going to be a lot more ready because you've been in this state of like, all right, I'm about to play basketball. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. You're prepared. And I feel like it definitely helps out when you perform. And this is the same thing. It's the same exact thing. You're just preparing yourself, and then the market opens, and then bam, you're ready to go. You're not as jittery as the other person. You're not as indecisive. You're reactive. Bam, you're there. You're not sitting there hesitating and thinking over and over. And then missing opportunity, which is the worst feeling ever. Ooh, nice job, Snurpy. What is that percentage? That's 15, 60, 70. Damn, dude, that is a huge percentage. Good job, Snurpy. For anybody wondering what I'm even talking about, results and review channel. Let's see what you did here. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. I'm like, why is my chart different than his? Let's go look here. So he liked the... Okay, so he's buying off the higher lows. Nice. Good job, Snurpy. I'm not as zoomed in as you are, of course, right now. But really good job buying off those higher lows, not just buying... I thought when I first looked, I thought you bought here. I'm like, what is he doing? But then I looked in and I saw what you were doing. The 544.70 area, kind of where the higher lows are holding, into the resistance. I love that you did that. Just some good, plain supply-demand trading, basically. Just buying off support, selling into resistance, and vice versa. Good job, Snurpy. Very, very confident-looking trade. I like when I see those kinds of trades, because I'm like, damn, like, whoever took this is either... There's a couple scenarios you could take from this, and I'm not taking anything away from Snurpy, but you could definitely say when you see trades like that, you're either witnessing someone who is very confident and knows exactly what they're doing in their trade, or they're just guessing. But a lot of the time, it's the other one. It's because they're focused on something. Or he said saw the hold of the higher low and just took it at yesterday. There you go, bam, keeping it simple, Snurpy. Nothing wrong with that. Beautiful trade, man. Seriously. I'm not just hyping you up because the percentage or because it's SPX. Like, no, you literally took, and you can see the same thing on SPY. I love that you're looking at SPY, by the way. But again, he said he saw the higher low hold, and they just took the play. Sold into the high of day. There's no reason to take it past this because we don't know that we're going to break previous day high. We have no idea. Great job, dude. Keeping it simple. Ends up being a very powerful trade. And nobody did it for you either. That was all you. I did not sit here and be like, alright guys, let's get into this exact contract at this exact price. No, we didn't do any of that. Good job, man. SPY trade took calls from golden pocket of low to high. Open to first high and exit on previous. Alright, I gotta chart this all out now. Alright, so we said, took calls from the golden pocket of low to high. Fib, open to the first high. Okay, okay. Let's see what you did here. So open to the first high. So we're going to go to this high right here. And then he said, and exited on the wick to the previous day open. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong part of the chart. I'm like, what is he talking about? Back here. Right here. I'm going to dot the line so I see it. Dot it. Sometimes, because some of you might ask that too, why do I not have that marked already? Sometimes when I see I have previous day high, previous day close surrounding that level, I just don't even bother adding it. I'll just focus on that whole region as a whole. But good job marking that exact level and having it ready. Oh, previous day high. Okay, okay. I mean, that works. I mean, it's pretty much the same damn thing. Makes sense to me. Damn, you did such a good job on that. So you and Snurpy basically took the same trade. Y'all were looking at the higher low, and then you took calls, and then you took you took your profits into the only known resistance we have today, which is right. Great job, seriously, both of you. I'm very proud of y'all. How do y'all feel after that trade? Because like I said just now, that's a very confident trade to take. What I mean by that is like, you're following the system, but to follow the system, you have to have confidence. You can't just get lucky. It isn't anything like that. You don't just get lucky. So, great job, seriously. Good job, JJ and Snurpy. And it's funny, too, because you both did the same thing, but, like, nobody's sitting here doing this for you. Like, you guys both just did that. Thank you. Your recent videos have helped so much. Thank you, man. And good on you. It's not easy to just take something you're looking at and then do it and recreate it. It's not easy. Great job. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of your own time. You got to be able to look at this stuff on your own, and then when a video is posted, then it makes sense. But if you were to just do nothing and then watch that video, the video would not make sense. So you also, in a way, have to be prepared yourself. So good job. He said yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. Kevo trying to be polite because we do actually have... I try to be real about that too. Like, I'm glad we have so many female traders in here because there are so many chats that do not allow that. Like, they're just so toxic towards any woman. It's like, what the fuck? It's so weird. Excuse my language. In here, it's just like, I don't care what age you are. I mean, I guess we care what age you are. If you're too young, please do not be in here. I don't care what gender you are. We don't care what color you are. I don't care what damn language you speak. It's just, do you trade? Do you talk price action? That's all we care about in here. None of that other stuff matters. Good job. I really am proud of you, Snurpy and JJ. Nice to see you. And I'm going to take this off just because I just want to keep it clean for the stream. But I wanted to review though because that was very interesting. Let's go check out some other charts real quick. IWM still rejecting that 201.83, pulling back. They're at almost their lowest point of their day. They're just chilling above 201.20, while Triple Q is actually trying to work up higher right now. See if we can find anything else. Poor McDonald's. Like I said on this setup, I think before I re-enter this again, I'm gonna wait to see. Do we get that fake low that I'm looking for? A lot of the time when I see these plays pan out, and just bear with me, this might be a very weird explanation, but we get a fake low. And what I mean by that is we get a break. It does give us a new low. And then I'm going to look for a better return of this. And basically I'm going to be looking for a 90% entry on the McDonald's chart. But I might have to wait a couple days, maybe even a week for this. It might not even be until next week. And then by then I might be telling myself to wait until earnings. So who knows? But that's what I'm looking for on that setup. I'm not just abandoning and randomly bringing it up once or twice. Still looking for the coin runner to break lower under 228.30s. If I see a pop above that 5 minute 9 EMA, I will just take it right there. But if I get a crack under 228.30s, I can possibly make it down to 226, and I will take it right there. So I have an exit plan for it going up or down right now. It's also cool when you're in a runner of your play, because you can kind of just be a little bit more free with it. And yeah, SPY holding above previous day open. Mangekyo Kevo just said in the trade floor, great job. Yeah, SPY, despite all this indecision today, is still trying to hold to move higher again. Which I guess it's good to see some fight. Yo, React, I love that you just posted that. You just posted the sectors in the chat. Posted discretionary banks and comms are up while we have tech and healthcare down. Very, very good post. I love when you guys do that too. It's just for information. We're not sitting here saying, guys, bullish, guys, bear. We're not doing that. We're not here fear-mongering. We're not here to push a bias into each other. It's just pointing out info. What's happening? What are the facts? Grab that context. Use it. If there's anything there to use. I keep wanting to switch around, but then there's like nothing to click on. So I'm just going to keep staring at SPY for a little longer, and then we'll check out triple Q and small caps again. Plus, I'm really interested to see, do they actually pop this new high or not? Let's just zoom it to here. And we will definitely be changing these supply and demand levels after today, because they are kind of already messed up a little bit. So I can't wait to clean that up end of day today. Kevo says, NVIDIA is under the previous day open and is just about to test the current day open as well. So anybody who is still looking at that NVIDIA chart, good update by Kevo. Yeah, they held, smacked down EMA, came back down, made a higher low holding today's open. And now they're up a little bit more and back above the 9 EMA. But that's only on the 5 minute. They have lost control of a very important level right here. They even retested it again today. At any point, you could see a lower high from this. So I guess you could cheat. You could go from this fib, or from this level. Go down to the low of today. And watch 122.15, 122.50 for a lower high retest. Which would be bearish. Let me delete that red line. There we go. I gotta delete those lines now, because if I don't, I will leave them on there, and then we'll come back to the chart, and I'll be like, what are all these levels here? It's good to clean up your chart in the moment. feel like, at least for me, because I always forget about everything. He said 30-minute looking bearish if it doesn't hold that 122. Good looks, good looks. I like that too, always having a parameter set. You know, I'm bullish if it does this, I'm bearish if it does that. As long as it does this, as long as it does that. You know, these things you're saying, these are good parameters to set for yourselves. Regardless of taking a trade or not, it's good to talk in a conditional way. Every trade should have a condition for being right and for being wrong. If this, then that. If this, then that. Mods, if you're here, check out the mod chat. I know it's been ages since I posted in there, but that is hilarious. That is hilarious. That's good. Alright, IWM. Getting a little better, but still struggling. Poor Triple Q, she's all alone. Alright, let's just take our coin runner off the table, and then we can also clean this up a little bit. Actually, I might leave those levels for now. But now we can move away from that setup, and we can go relax and just look at other stuff now, which we kind of already been doing that. And now that I'm out, coin will gap down. Bet. Yeah, good job, Kevin. I mean, it just didn't keep going, but we had a good initial move on it. Wasn't too bad. Could have been way better though, but that's okay. That's the kind of trades we want to be in. We want to be in trades where my choices are: do I take a smaller win, or do I just, you know, take it here? Whatever. It's like I'd take that any day. Because most people out here who are trading are dealing with the options of, well, I either take this 100% L and hope and just leave it up here for a lotto. You know, some people will do that just to kind of give themselves that mental urge. You know, they'll be like, oh, it's a lotto. Don't worry about it. You know, either you make it or you don't, blah, blah, blah. And that right there, those add up. I don't want to do that too much. And I don't see you guys doing that, so I'm not even getting on to anybody. But that's what we're avoiding, you know, by doing that. We're setting conditions for ourselves. We're just, you know, focused on, really, it's like aiming towards the lesser of two evils at all times. Always aim for the lesser of two evils when trading. Because it stacks up over time. Yeah, great move, but doesn't want to yet. 100%. That's whatever. I will take that one on the chin. I just saw what you said above. Die coin. And yeah, some of these are set up really well. Leland asking, are we going to pop this previous day high or what? It's definitely trying its best. It popped it once, rejected. The second candle trying right now here on the 5 minute. And I'll scoop down to the 1 minute so we can get a better look at what's happening at the previous day high right here, right now. Because any close over this is a good sign for bulls. Just because it frees up some of that indecision too. You know, we've just been fighting here most of the morning. A good fresh held high over that previous day high would be a very good push towards 546.40 most likely. And it has been an hour and a half since open, so there's been a good amount of time that's gone by now. And thank you guys for over 30 likes on today's stream. We've had almost 100 people click on the YouTube stream today, so I appreciate that. And damn, React did take that trade. What a legend. $231.15. That might be your high of day on Tesla today. I swear it was just so they could see the thing say 10% on the day, because I think it did end up going over 10%. XOM and CVX still experiencing bearish momentum throughout the day. Yikes. Wow, Netflix. Gap ups on the 5 minute back to back. Oh, also, if you guys have access to Lifetime Group, please check out that latest video. Not just that, the handbook reading along. I also did a video that kind of goes over the last 4 swing trade posts posted in there by Noxta. I wanted to go over those more in depth and kind of give people insight on what to look for and what to read about, what to think about when looking at your swing trades in regards of how we look at them in there. So definitely check that out if you have the chance. And look at that post on Trade Floor in the Discord if you guys have time, by Leland. He just said 2 days ago midpoint lines perfectly with the previous day high. Wow, what a time to be alive. But he's like showing you basically just all the basic levels we look at today. A lot of them lined up perfectly on top of each other. Very, very clean looking. He said 3 days ago, my bad. Ban him. Fake. Where is the real Leland? Oh my gosh, Riak. And Riak, I'll be honest with you, that was pretty impressive. I didn't think it was going to go up earlier. I'm glad you waited, though. I'm glad you waited and then waited to get that last drop entry. With that inside bar, pop over, EMA, all that. That was beautiful. Because the last, what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. About like 45, 50 minutes of this chart. Beautiful recovery. That was a very impressive trade. I saw you mention it, and then you were like, I'll wait. And then you saw it again, and you mentioned it again, and then you got in. Very, very nice. He said, I don't know how I was so patient. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, dude. I was like, because you mentioned it, and I was like, okay, well, that one failed. And I think you said something about that, too. And then it happened again. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, I wonder if he caught that or not. So the fact that you came back and you're like, yeah, I did catch that, like, that is impressive. Like, the patience, I think, is what impressed. Not the move, the patience it took for you. That was the most impressive part. Just had the conviction. Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, you had that confidence. That right there was everything. You should be confident in your plans. Your plans are strong. Now, what would have happened if you were wrong, Riak? You would have just cut, right? And we would have moved on. Right? So, and that's how we need to act every single time. Every single time. And if it doesn't hit anything that we have as, like, set as a rule or a parameter or something we're going to do, if, you know, a condition in our trade plan, then we're going to ignore it. We're not going to touch anything if none of that stuff hits. But you should be like that. You should be like that every single time you get into your trades, because your trade plans are good. That's where the confidence derives from, is your game plan, your preparation. So how do we probably feel when we have no preparation or we haven't gone over anything? Probably going to feel like shit, and we're going to be doing a lot of guesswork. And that's where a lot of that confidence comes from. You should be proud of that. That was a very, very nice move on the chart. But also, according to your game plan, very nice move. It's a good job. That's good. We're seeing a lot of confidence from you guys today. I love to see that shit. Love that. It's good to be confident in your plans. It's good to be confident in what's in front of you. It's good to trade with confidence. And not for the reasons you might think. You know, outside of that, you might be thinking like, oh, it's, you know, because that'll help me in the long run, and I'll be happier, or I'll be cockier, or whatever. It's not like that. It really is like self-momentum kind of thing. Like, having confidence in your game plan allows you to, like Riak said, he used the perfect word, conviction. To have conviction, to actually have confidence in the decisions you are trying to do, trying to make, trying to do, trying to trade, you know, whatever it may be. That's gonna help you out a lot. I feel like I'm definitely, yeah, I call it flow state to my friends as like a joke, but it's like you're in flow state, like you're just in tune with everything, and it's because of that preparation. It's because of the methods you work yourself through every week, the routine. You're finally adapting to it, or that muscle memory's finally stepping in, or maybe you're finally just tired of your own mistakes and you're finally just stepping over them. You're finally like, no, I'm not doing this again. You're learning from them. And that's gonna cause a lot of confidence. That's good. I hope to see more people just like that. We have many people like that in chat, so I'm really happy to see more and more. You know, anybody can touch. I tell you guys this every time too. You know, anybody can touch these buttons. Anybody can trade. Anybody can make themselves look cool or look smart or whatever. It's not about that. You know, but once you get into the nitty gritty of trading, you could really tell when someone's in flow state. Like I said, you could really tell when someone's confident or not. And that right there, that's true flex. It's not making a lot of money. It's not anything like that. It's having understanding of what's in front of you. That is a true flex. So if you do end up being confident in a trade, guys, good on you. And I hope you get more of those. I hope it's not just a one-time experience. You know, I really hope to see a lot of you guys make that a reality every trade, not just here or there. And SPY did pop that previous day high, trying to hold on as best as it can right now. If so, and with the 9 EMA, we could definitely be seeing a 546.40 test, maybe even a push into the 547s. Yes, like Kevin M said too, even if you lose, you should still be as confident as your winner, because it's something you planned. Oh, it just didn't work out. Okay, bam, I lost, whatever, move on. Anything outside of your plan, that's of course going to cause a different effect on you. Probably be pissed off or annoyed or like, damn, I'm back to square one. But if you take a calculated loss, something you've actually planned, that shouldn't feel like shit. It shouldn't feel bad. You should feel good about that kind of loss. But very good add-on, Kevin. That is true. It's not just about the good feeling winners. It's also being able to accept losses without, you know, completely losing our minds and going schizophrenic or anything. What are you guys saying on Discord? Let's see here. Oh. He's a bot. It's Leland bot. It's not even the real Leland. And how's everyone doing in the stream today? Hopefully you guys got at least one opportunity. If not, hopefully you're sitting on your hands or just kind of reading through some stuff to keep yourself from, you know, making decisions you wouldn't otherwise want to take. But how's the stream so far today? Been almost just shy of 2 hours so far. Not the most exciting day of price action, but gotten some good info out of it. Tech's doing all right. Doing great, just watching after the losses. Good, good. And how do you feel on those, by the way? Did you feel like, when you took those losses, do you feel just completely lost? Do you at least feel like you understand what went wrong or where? Which I think we kind of went over this already and stuff, but I'm just double making sure. Because I know when I take a loss, I hate that feeling when I just feel completely lost. Like, it's not just like I lost money or I lost the trade. It's like I don't understand who I am anymore. Like, it's, you know, what am I doing kind of thing. Hopefully it's nothing like that. Hopefully it's like a calculated loss or something you understand, or you look back and you're like, oh, okay, well, this is what I did. That's definitely something we can work on. But definitely can't really go anywhere from the I'm lost feeling. That one's like, all right, well, you need to take a breather away. You need to just reset, come back. Which, if anybody does end up having a rough week, this is going to be a good week for it, in my opinion, because of Thursday being off. So you're not going to experience 5 days of hell. You'll experience a couple days, and then we get the Thursday off, and then Friday just feels like an off day because it's probably going to have low volume. And then the weekend. So it's a very weird, kind of messed up end of week, but if you are going to have a rough week, this would be the week to have it. So, and I'm not saying you should be aiming to have bad weeks or anything, but you guys know what I'm saying. One, I hesitated to take profit. The second was just a dumb move on my part, but that's okay. I will get better with time. Good stuff, Guardian Trader, and good quick summary. Thank you for the reply. And that's good that you can just quickly sum it up, because it shows you like, okay, you know, this is I've seen this a million times. You know the results. Being able to like categorize your results is a really good sign that you understand what's going on. That you have a deeper understanding of what you're looking at. Also, you're because what you just did right there is you just simplified it. And if you guys want to know the secret of memorization, the best way to memorize something is to break it down in the most simple form ever. And you might be thinking like, what the hell are you saying, Bueller? But it really is like that. If you can break something down, you have understanding of it. So try to do that as best as you can. You know, even if it sounds really stupid, you know, talk out loud to yourself if you have to, but break something down. You know, oh, why did this close over this? What is this? You know, oh, that's the previous day high. We closed over this. This is a really good sign for bulls. You know, being able to break that down is good. Also, but also in your wins and your losses and in your results, it's not just as easy as that. You know, sometimes you're talking about yourself. You're like, oh, well, maybe I did that because I thought this was bullish, blah, blah, blah. You know, then you realize maybe you just didn't prepare your chart well enough or something. You know, you were reading it wrong. Mental trades all month for you? Hey, definitely don't ever look down or feel bad about yourself if you're having to ever do mental trades. Mental trades are something you should be doing regardless of you taking real trades or not. If you guys are taking real trades, I urge you to still take your mental reps as much as you possibly can. If you know you're not going to trade that day, or if you know you don't really feel like taking a trade, or maybe you showed up late and you weren't prepared, still to get some mental reps, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. Get those mental reps. Please. As many as you can. You should be back testing. You should be, you know, looking to see what's right, what's wrong all the time. And not to like prove to other people like, oh, my strategy is better than yours. No, it's so you can have confidence in yourself. It's so you can have confidence in the entries you're looking at. Because again, like referring back to it again, you'll have muscle memory. You've seen this before. You've gotten the reps. So it's not like you're seeing this, you know, price do this variant of a breakout and you're like, what is this? I've never seen this. I've never seen them break out and just rally before. What is this? You know, it's like you should have seen this before. It's not like you should know what price is going to do, but you should have an idea of what it can do. What are the couple routes it can take from where it's at? You know, what can it do? And then when it's in the best positions, you know, try to take that opportunity. If it goes against you, have a way out. Have a calculated way out. Don't just sit there and be like, well, I was going off my feelings. I think I was going to do this or that. Like, that's all hoping. You're just going off nothing now. You have to go off a consistent method so you can revert back to it and go, okay, well, this needs to be fixed with. This needs to be tinkered. You know, this needs to be adjusted. Because that's something consistent we can fix. But we can't fix, I thought. Can't really fix that. So, probably shouldn't be trading off of it either. / plan. God. That'd be funny if a command came up for that. Lots of backtesting, need to build my confidence and follow my rules. I agree, Ryan. Me too. Everybody in here. Everybody needs to be on that same vibe right now. Regardless of your win rate, loss rate, doesn't matter. Also, track yourself. You know, are you tracking yourself? A while back, before I took my little break, I actually challenged all of you to track your trades or go through a journal or track a log. I even gave you guys a link and everything. Garden Trader, one of the few people I've seen interact with me with it, at least. Maybe some of you guys are doing it, you just didn't tell me. But Garden Trader has been doing it every trade, and I think it's been helping her a lot. I hope a lot of you guys follow that same path and get into doing the journal or the log more. And it's not really for what you think. You know, when you look at it, you're like, oh, it's said to see how many times I win or lose. Like, no, it's not about that. It's to really track yourself, you know. Then you could, if you see like a big string of just red, it's like, okay, what was I doing here? Like, go through those 8 trades. You have big string of red. Go through that. Why did I lose those 8? You know, go through them. And then, let's say randomly you have like a streak of like 7 or 8 wins. Okay, awesome. Go back test those. What was so good about those? What did you do in those trades that was so powerful? It's not for, oh, I'm kicking ass. I have 100% win rate. It's not like that. It's so you can go back through and you can track things. You have a better understanding of what happened before. It's kind of hard to do that if you don't write it down. It's damn near impossible. You'd have to have like a photographic memory, basically. 100%. I usually log every trade I make. Okay, good, great. That's great then. That's a great start, because right then and there, now you have that most people don't have the access to that. Going back and reviewing, and you don't need a fancy website. I mean, we literally have a free Google sheet that does this for you. You know, you just have to plug it all in. Journal, very helpful. I found my green streaks were when I was size smaller. Oh, that's kind of cool too. Like that. Like, I like how Dr. J just added into that as well. You know, and maybe not just back testing, but also for kind of habits. You know, what are you maybe doing in these trades that you aren't doing in some other trades? So it looks like Dr. J found out when he's sized at a certain, you know, size, that he's more successful. And maybe that's just where he needs to be for a bit. Maybe that's just something he needs to work on, just kind of stick in that range for a bit and then grow from there. Emotional issues, yeah. You use the log sheet. Okay, good. Yeah, I think a few of you are, and then a few of you made your own. I know Ace made one, and it's like 10 times better than mine, and it looks kind of nice. I know some people use that. Leland, I don't know how much of this I can actually leak, but he's working on something pretty cool. That's like kind of in that conversation that I can't really give you more info about yet. But that's pretty cool. Journal stuff. But yeah, no, good talk. Cause like, again, it's not just about tracking, oh, am I winning this? Am I losing that? Like, it's not about that. Triple Q's looking really good. They're still holding above the 9. They're still holding above good levels like 482. We saw the 90% basically retake it, and the 9. Very good sign. IWM curling back up. We'll see if this continues to hold. Of course, we've been seeing the up and down happen on them. And we've gained and lost the previous day high only once. And in the one time we did fall back down, we didn't lose the 9 EMA. So just a good short-term secondary confirmation held. See a good retake again by buyers, so very interesting. Maybe a liquidity grab, who knows? I bet that looks pretty wild on the 1, 2, or 3 minute though. That 1 minute can't. Let me go look. Oh my god, yeah. We're almost at that 2-hour mark in the day too. I swear that's like this is like one section of the day, and then from here to lunchtime, like after lunchtime, is a section, and then between that and power hour is like a dead zone, and then power hour is like another like part of the day. There's like 3 split up parts of the day with like a very, very, very tiny dead zone between like lunch and power hour. But even then, we've seen moves between then. I kind of like to think about the day kind of like that, just split up into 3 parts. Like the first part of the day is the first 2 hours, in my opinion. And then from the first 2 hours to maybe like an hour after lunch, I'd say is like a second part of the day, where I think a majority of people believe is a lower volume part of the day, which is a lot of the time true. But also, it's just, you shouldn't think about it like that. So try to erase everything you know about the market for a second and think about the market like this. So let's say the day is split up into 3 parts. And let's say there's probabilities of certain parts moving more if other parts don't move. So let's say if the first 2 parts of the day don't move, that gives a very high probability that the third part of the day has a lot of, let's say, stored energy. It's not really energy, you know what I mean? It's just volume and movement, momentum, all that crap. Well, let's just save our breath and say stored energy. Okay, so let's say the first 2 parts of the day do absolutely nothing. Excuse me again. They just kind of hold like a, a couple dollars, maybe like $1.50 range. Okay, cool, nothing special. That would give the third part of the day very high probability that a move can occur. I'm not going to say that it will, because we all know damn well it doesn't have to do anything on certain days. Maybe it's waiting to give us that move overnight and give us liquidity grabs so they can do a bigger move that next day. Maybe it's a next day kind of thing. But sometimes, and this is just a good way to think about it, the bigger moves happen in that third part. Now, let's say you jumble all those squares around, okay? Try to think of the 3 parts of the day as like little squares. If you have, let's say, the first part of the day, let's say we just jumped $5 in that day, in the first part of the day. Now, going off of what I said in the beginning, would you have higher or lower probability that the second part of the day has good movement left over, that it has good energy stored up? Would you say it has good probability or bad probability of moving a lot more if the very first part of the day just had a very exciting sized kind of move? $5, $6, big move for SPY. Would you say you have higher probability or lower probability going into that next part of the day? Going into that lunchtime? Lower probability, exactly. Just going off of it. It's just simple thinking. I'm not like trying to trick you guys or anything. It's just basics. Lower probability, exactly. I don't know why I said good or bad probability. There's no such thing as that. But that's how you got to think about the day, and you should think about that on every chart. Now, and that's why it's exciting when you see something just kill it that day, and that's why we have these parabolic days sometimes, and they're very rare. But that's why it's very impressive or exciting or just kind of fun to see when you see something rally or dump through multiple parts of the day. So if I see a stock rallying through the first part of the day, and then let's say maybe I take a trade on it, I walk away, I go enjoy lunch or something, and I come back, and I see it still going up in the second part of the day, yes, that's impressive. Because now I know 2/3 of the day it has just been killing it. Or vice versa, falling through the floor for all we know. That's what makes something like that impressive. Not because, oh, it's up 10% on the day, oh, it's up 15%, oh, it's up this much, oh, it's doing this, oh, it broke this barrier, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it's because of that. And you should think about that like in a section away every single day. Every single day, that 3 out of 3 probability BS, those squares, whatever you want to think about in my weird example, that's how you should think about the market. So if we see in the first part of the day, what did we get? We had a lower open, a very big lower open. They retook it within 12 minutes. Within 12 minutes, this gap was filled, and they even pushed over it, and they almost made it to the previous day high. That is very crazy, right? So in a way, for the rest of that slot, right? Now, stick with me here. For the first part of that day, for the first 2 hours, is it very high or low probability? Because again, remember the first 12 minutes of the day almost did everything it could just to get us back into the fight and put us basically at square one at previous day close. Would you say there's low probability that the rest of that part even has to do anything? In my opinion, it doesn't have to do anything. And a lot of the time you are going to get that consolidation. And during that time, that first little phase or whatever, you're really just looking to see who has control of trend, right? So if I hold a low and then I see a higher low and a higher low, and we're getting closer to that second time slot, then based off of context of what I've seen and how I broke that example down, then we should get better movement going into that second time instead of that first part of the day, because the first 12 minutes basically ruined that. The first 12 minutes did everything it could to make that whole first little time slot for the day basically worthless. So if you weren't part of those first 12 minutes, it was, basically pointless to be trading. Just based off that. That's how you should be thinking about these charts. I don't really know a better way of wording that. I'm sure somebody a lot more intelligent could, reciprocate that a little bit better, but that's how I think about the market. I think about the market each day, individual parts. I think about it split up into 3, and then think about it with probabilities, right? And think about it as simple as that. Did we move a lot? Did we not? And that's it. Of course, your version of a lot and not a lot is going to be different than mine on a different stock. We're all, going to have different opinions on that. But it's just, again, like I said, getting that muscle memory, understanding how much something moves. But I just like to think about it as that. Like, if we move a lot in the first 12 minutes, for the rest of that first time slot, I'm thinking, damn, I really just need to be looking for the rest of this as information getting. I just need to get information. Let's see if I can get something else. Because you would see we just have higher lows, and now we're getting a nice pop here in the second time slot. We're past 10:30. It's now, we're headed towards lunchtime. I say lunchtime because it's only 10:30 for me. But we're not going off my time. It's New York time. It's 11:30 where they are right now. Lunchtime is definitely starting for those people. They are eating, those people. Those people. But you know what I mean. What movie am I thinking of? He's like, you people? What do you mean by that? But yeah, but sorry for my rant. Hopefully that made sense to at least one person. I know it probably didn't make any sense, but I was just trying to, I don't know, make sense of how I think about the day each day. It really is like broken up. And there is like probabilities to things. It's not just like randomness. There's never randomness. I'm not explaining what I just went over again. It was difficult for me to even get out the first time. And I said this before, like, it's because I'm still learning myself. Like, I can't reciprocate it as well because I don't have the greatest understanding of it yet myself. I'm still working on it. Like, but that's what I said before. Like, you really get a better understanding the chance you start to speak it out loud, the chance you try to simplify it. You know, if you can simplify something, you understand it. You can explain it to a child, you understand it. But no, I am not explaining all of that again. That was, I'm not gonna lie, that was difficult to get out. It probably hurt people's heads even hearing what I was saying because it just didn't make sense probably for part of it. It's not even that complex of a subject. It's just how I said it probably didn't make sense. But that's just how I see it, at least how I felt the market each and every day. And that's just from the experience of streaming for multiple years now. Whether it was to Discord or to Twitch or Kick or YouTube, we've been here for years now. But just that experience, getting that muscle memory. He then said, I agree. That is why I do things like make the Candlestick Handbook. Man, I hope you liked that that reading. I saw your comment. But man, that was seriously, like, I read it already like twice. And then I did that video because, I don't know, I was pretty confident that I could read through it pretty quickly. I was trying to aim for like an hour and it was like 56 minutes. But I was pretty confident I could read through it pretty quickly because I had already gone through it twice. I went through it while you were making it, and then when you finished it, I read it like out of respect of like, all right, well, he finished this, let me read it. You know, let me get it all through. But then going through it again, I feel like that third time when I did it with the lifetime recording, where I made it look like a live stream, that was fun because I felt like that really stuck with me. Like it was weird, like, because I was having to break things down in the video. Like I felt compelled while recording myself for the lifetime group, I felt compelled to break a couple of them down a little bit more, and kind of just like repeat a couple things that you had touched up on, and it like really helped me as well while I was reading it. I was like, damn, man, this pattern is pretty damn good. Like, why don't I look at these more? Because again, it's just like, it's basic rules. Like it's a lot to look at and a lot to take in at first, but then once you get it, you're like, oh crap, this is like super simple. This is like really obvious. There's rules to everything, and that's what gives you confidence. It's not you guys making a lot of money. It's not anything. It's you being prepared and following rules. And if you can come up with things that like help you still enjoy trading while following your rules, that's great. And this is one of those patterns with positioning, like, because everything has a rule. If you want to ignore the rule, you're gonna pay for it. If you want to follow the rule, then you have a very good probability. Like we said, stick to the probability kind of mindset of getting a successful trade. Of course, you're gonna have some fake outs. Of course, not every trade's gonna work out. But the better patterns and the better position of the chart are going to give you a lot better probability. Exactly. Best way to learn is to teach. Like that's why I tell everybody in here, like, speak out loud to yourself. Like, it's gonna be weird. You're gonna sound a little crazy talking to yourself, but you talking to yourself, breaking things down more, like Leland just said, teaching. Like, it's very helpful. It's the best form of memorization. Lower movement earlier today can determine the rest of it. 100%. Or even if it's like one of those things where it's like the entirety of previous day or the entirety of the previous couple days, you know, if those have just been consolidating, then that should scream out to you that something is happening soon. So when it does happen, you can't afterwards be like, oh, I can't believe it broke out so powerful. It's like, why would you not believe it? It literally just did nothing for 2 days straight. Of course it would have a powerful breakout. Duh. You know, not like we can call out when it'll happen or what time frame we're looking at or anything, but, you know, you have to assume eventually it's going to happen. And the longer it doesn't, you know, the more powerful it's going to be when it finally does happen. And that should just be like natural thinking to you at that time. Very inspired by your teaching of pattern with positioning. I made sure for every pattern to provide examples with proper positioning, not just random. Exactly. And that's what I liked about it a lot. It wasn't just, yep, look for this piercing line. This is all you have to do is look for a lower open and the retake of the 50% of the previous day. That's it. That makes a piercing line. Buy calls every time it happens. Like, no, do not buy calls every time a bullish hammer appears. That is not what the hell that means. It is like right here. Holy crap. Like, this is a clean example. So here's previous day high down to the previous day close, right? We've been screaming at that all day. And I'm not saying I called this out or anything. We're not even going over like, oh, we took a trade on this, we made 1,000,000,000%. I'm not even going over that. But look at this. So here's the 2 candles that took the close. A couple hammers. Nice. Okay, nothing crazy. Okay, got an inside bar, reset, held about the 50% of that. Good, big, I mean, you could say bullish engulfing. I'm just going to say Hulk candle. But look at the level, or look at the candles that held the previous day high here. I cannot speak now. On the 1 minute. A hammer, breakdown. We're just, these 2 are essentially nothing candles because they're stuck inside of that candle, right? They dip outside of the low of that candle, hold the previous day high, and then a hammer appears. Look what follows it. We'll hold the 9 EMA while holding the previous day. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better example. This is more powerful than this. Because it's not just randomly there. It's not just randomly. Now, did these help? Yeah, hell yeah, they did. They helped us get back up here. But are they positioned well? No, not really. Not for taking a trade on, at least. But that's what I liked about your handbook as well. Which, guys, you guys can go get that for free. It's not something we're, like, gatekeeping. If anybody in here does not have it, check any of the channels in chat. It's got to be pinned somewhere because it's literally been posted everywhere. Here, I'll repost it in Tradeful right now. Oh, whoops, I typed my arrow the wrong way. But yeah, read that candlestick handbook. Very helpful. It's not just, look, this is that candlestick. It literally tells you exactly how to trade it and when to trade it. Where are the best places to trade it? What are methods you can use to find it in those best... And that's another thing that we talk about in my swing videos, my breakdowns, my trades, Leland's breakdowns, his handbook guide, is we don't just show you like, oh, look, this is a hammer candlestick, and look, it's in a good position. We don't even just show you that. We even show you how to find the good positioning. I just threw up air quotes like y'all could see me. But like we even share where to look for these, how to find those good positions of a chart, to find those patterns. You know, where do you even find this good positioning you people speak of? You know, it's like, well, what are y'all talking about? We even show you where to find those areas. Well, at least we got that push beyond previous day high, so we can at least say something happened today. So really good, not just a good retake of what could have been really bloody, but a good return of buyers back up to the next level, at least on SPY. We can see IWM still curling up to that level they lost earlier. Triple Qs still on the grind up. Very good sign by the tech chart. Mostly thanks to Apple. Microsoft did a good job of not just going up, but holding their gains instead of just going up and then falling. That could have definitely hurt the Apple grind. Whoops, don't care about that. Amazon did a good job of popping back up. Nvidia did a good job of also kind of like Microsoft. Yes, they didn't do anything fancy by flying up, but they also didn't just break their today's open and fall to the floor and hurt the tech charts, so that was good. AMD also helping out a little bit. So we had a lot of good charts just work well together today. Now, we might not have gotten one big surge move up, but you could definitely see the grind up that it took. You know, we moved up, hit previous day high, struggled a little bit, but definitely kept holding the higher lows after establishing that they wanted to try and hold over 544, moving over a previous day high, and we're even hitting the next level. So no, not a crazy, amazing paced kind of day where we're getting a nice move up instantly or move down. But definitely a strong retake of buyers if you read through the context of what's actually happened today. Instead of just looking at it as like, did we go up or down fast? You know, you could definitely read the pacing a little bit better if you just read left to right. My voice is going out already, and it is only the first stream of the week. I think you guys are really going to like that video that goes public on the channel Monday. Most people in my chat have already seen it, probably. It's just a bearish retest of the current day open, and then it also covers a cool topic about auto trading stop losses. So you can set stuff auto, and it just kind of does it for you. And I do, of course, use Thinkorswim by Schwab. So if you are also on the same platform, you might find it helpful. What the hell are these? What the fuck? What was I doing? Oh, I should have left those on. Alright, maybe we'll do it like that. Cool. You know, it's funny. I get so like caught up in only talking about the fibs that me and Leland use so much more now that I didn't even realize that was also where pre-market high was. I really haven't been paying attention to pre-market high, pre-market low as much lately. If it doesn't break the range, I pretty much ignore pre-market. Like if it makes a new low or a new high, then I adjust. But I was marking this area off because if you take off this crap, take that off. And I saw a bunch of you guys do this. You saw JJ do it. I think I saw Snurpy do it. But even if you didn't have that set, I saw a lot of you guys do what we do, and that's using that first move from the open. Whoops, I didn't even use the right level. From the open to the high of the first buyer move, because it's significant. It went over a level. It broke structure to the upside, made it to the high of yesterday just about. So, of course, we're going to mark that off. And this is what we were looking at for bullish control, or if we saw a breakdown, of course, then we would have been like, okay, well, more caution. They are going to probably try to break this and test today's open, but they didn't. They ended up holding it. And you could even follow the trend here on the 1 minute where they were looking, taking trades off of this. But it's funny because if you turn on equities, put this stuff back on, it's actually where the pre-market high is. Go to the 2-day 5 minute real quick. Here's pre-market high. So a little bit off, you can see. But you could definitely see this is where most of the control was trying to be had, was around that pre-market high. So it's just kind of cool. You can get like an exact calculated area where they should be trying to hold or trying to break. But also another level to kind of reinstall that confidence of like, look, this is definitely an important area, even if you didn't draw that fib. So just kind of cool. But I'm glad to see a lot more of you guys using that more in-depth method instead of just being basic and just drawing the pre-market high. I think by now you guys should know this really isn't that important if I literally have previous day high right here and another important level right here. Like, we're really not focused on that as much. It is still important, but it's not as important. We've talked about priority before. So it's just cool. And then I'm really just happy to see you guys using the better level, the better area. Again, knowing that, okay, well, we opened, lower. Let's draw that. Let's draw this. Let's, whatever you're doing to get your fib. I'm glad you guys are drawing that because that's giving you everything you need instead of just one level. Which, again, isn't bad. But it's just good to be exact. It's especially when you're trying to take trades around those areas, so you know exactly what went wrong where, instead of being like, oh well, we had a little bit of loose space here, so I didn't want to risk that. You don't want to be lazy with your review, is what I'm trying to say. You want to be exact, because you're risking your money. Might as well be exact on it, right? How is everyone doing though? We are almost at 11 o'clock. Hopefully you guys are having an alright day. And I don't mean like, are you green or are you red? Like, how's your day overall? Regardless of being on Discord or YouTube, I'm reading both. Not taking another trade until I've ingrained candlesticks in my brain. I love to hear that. Kind of off topic, I tried charting higher level fibs in the 1.5 monthly SPY extension app on Triple Q. The 1.5 is very close to all time high. I love the extensions. You will not hear me complain about that. I started looking at fibs more while learning your system and thought you may find interesting. Nope, no. That's something we like to do. You should definitely use that fib extension. You'll see Leland talk about it a lot too. Fib extensions are really good, like hidden future targets that you might not have on your screen already. I love extension, and I said this before, people who talk about using fib extensions, people who talk about using fib retest points, people who talk about just really anything besides just a basic level, shows that you're back testing, shows that you're actually looking at this stuff, shows that you give a shit, because it shows to me that you are actually making a breakthrough in your own learning, your own progress, your own journey, whatever the hell you want to call it, and you're able to understand the deeper concepts in the system. It's not just, oh, break over pre-market high, take profit at previous. There's a whole lot more going on there. That's just to kind of get you into the zone. But I'm really glad, Dr. J, to see you mentioning fib extensions, especially on the monthly too. Because like I said, it gives you really, really good, clean levels or targets that you might not otherwise have. And they are useful. If you backtest them more, you'll see like they do get used. Whether it takes months to get to them or not, it doesn't matter. Those extensions get used. They're very helpful. So I'm really glad to see you making your own headway. Doing okay so far, trying to get back in the game. Only one trade today. What ticker were you trading? I'm sorry if I missed it. But glad to see you, Alexis. Glad to see you, man. I didn't even, my bad, Alexis, I did talk about what you sent to me in DMs on stream that day, but I didn't talk about it again because I didn't really want to, like, keep exposing stuff. But I did keep you in my thoughts, man. I'm really happy to see that everything's getting better. Sorry, I didn't know how to word that. I didn't want to come off as, like, dark or anything. I didn't even react to your message, but I did read it. I just now reacted. But I did read it when you sent it. Yeah, his mom went through some stuff, guys, and she's doing better now. I think I told y'all about it in stream. It was like last week when I was first talking about it. So I'm glad to hear she's doing a lot better, man. Seriously, that's a huge scare. But good for her. She's strong. Nothing light like that gonna keep her down. Moderna at opening moved. The move happened fast. Let me go see. I haven't really been paying attention to Moderna as much. You're like the main reason I look at it. If you don't bring it up, I probably am not looking at it. And why did my chart not change? Oh, that's why. Right there. What chart am I even looking at? Let's see. Okay, well, we definitely need to be looking at that one. Delete that because I don't even remember what that's from. That's a pretty strong single soldier candle right here. See, this candle's like another one of my favorites because it's so like right in front of your face and you don't even understand how powerful it is. Like this candle is so damn strong. If you see, this is kind of close to one too. It's not really perfectly one, but they're really good for like after a retest has happened or after a move up has already happened. Like they're really good continuation candles. But what's so strong about them and why I say they're so hidden and right in front of your face is that if you actually read candles correctly, you'll see that this candle opened here and then closed down, right? The next day opens up inside the halfway point of that candle and then moves higher, right? And it's hidden because you have a gap up. But when you're looking at the daily time frame like this, it's like, oh, it's just a big green candle. Yeah, but if you look at it correctly, you'll see it actually took over most of the previous day, which is pretty crazy. That's a pretty big jump. That's a very big jump. And then to also meat of the bone with the candle close over the high of that day, it almost feels like it's engulfing that previous candle. Even though it's not a bullish engulfing, it's like it feels like it's engulfing that candle. So there's a lot more power to this than you would think. And so basically from there you're just like, okay, we just need to pop that high. And that's it. But just again, just being able to read the candles differently, it gives you more insight. Like inside bar, very indecisive, lower high hammer basically. This looks like it's about to be the death to the chart, and then they do this candle. It basically consumes all of that info. It eats it up like a big hippo. It just eats it up and then it's like, alright, we're going up now. But Moderna, though, actually looks really good for long risk reward as long as it's holding 113.30s. But if it ends up cracking under this, this could actually be what sends it down another leg, down to the 105s, to the low 100s. So you might actually be at a very good part of this chart. By the way, guys, at the top of my chart, this just shows the daily average volume. And this shows how much volume it has today. And this just shows a percentage of it. So we've used about 32% of the average daily volume. I believe this tracks the last 30 days. I don't remember, but I think it's the last like 30 or 28 days or something. Like SPY. Daily average is 47.5. Today it's 11. At least as of right now. So we haven't even used up a quarter of our daily average volume. Just cool information to get. Can I change what order these are in? Oh yeah, it is the last 30 days. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's like the norm. When you see a daily average, it's almost basically the last month. It's not like they're going to take the volume of every day it's ever existed and then divide it by every day it's ever existed. That would just be... that wouldn't work. No way. Did coin actually go down? Okay, it's not that bad now. I mean, I'm glad I got mine on it, but damn. It's going to dump to 226 now. If it closes under 220.32 again. Which this candle actually looks like it's trying not to. I'm not gonna touch it again, but that's just gonna be interesting to watch. I don't really like to double dip. I'm not really huge on double dipping anymore. It feels a little dirty, I won't lie. But in other instances, it can also be seen as strength, you know, being able to look past your original trade and being able to take a non-biased setup regardless of how your first trade went on the same chart. Can be a weird challenge, little weird mix of mindsets there. So you can really take it either way. I get popped in the mouth when I double dip. Yeah, same. I just try not to do it, just for my own personal habits. I know some people do very well with it and don't let it get to them, but I know some people struggle with it. I'm one of those people. I just don't like to double dip, and if there's something I can do to limit myself, I'll just do it. I'll just limit myself. That's the solution. There's a billion charts I can go look at, so it's not like that's going to be a major issue. And that's what I like about the stock market too. It's like, oh, SPY sucks? Bet, I'll just go check this. Oh, this sucks? Bet, I'll just go check this. Like, you could just go find something else. Maybe not, you know, anything else, you know. Don't go check an OTC stock. Don't do that. We don't want over-the-counter stocks. That's yucky. Lower highs against 220.20. I believe that was the all-time high. Yeah. That's a new all-time high today by Apple at 220.34. Impressive. So they hit it after this move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days kind of chilling down or holding support. And then we get 3, 4, 5, 6 more days to turn it back up just to touch the all-time high. That's crazy. 2 days to smack it, and then it took 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days. That is wild. 13 days. 13 trading days, too, so that's like 3 weeks just about. But guys, it's 11 o'clock. We've been in here for about 2.5 hours. I think I'm going to call this stream there. But should I cut up, before I leave, should I cut up that like probability part of the conversation I had today? I don't know what other parts of stream you guys would want in a video, but I feel like I should cut up that probability part where I was talking about split up the day into 3 different parts. Or maybe I should just review it and find a better way to word it, but I really want that to be like a little bit more of a focus for some people so they can see the day a little bit differently, because I feel like people get caught up in social media and stuff, and then they get caught, or maybe caught up in their own, you know, routine, and they just like, I don't know, the pacing of the day is off to some people, and I feel like if they just got their foot right, they would be able to take on the market with everything else they know. You know, I feel like you guys are already there. It's just like sometimes it's a little bit further out of reach. Do it. But yes, that's a need to know. Otherwise, make a video explaining it on a chart. Yeah, I'm just going to go cut it from the stream. I'll just do that after this. But thank you guys again for the stream. Seriously, thank you all for being here, liking the stream, being here in Discord, joining the Discord call, just kind of watching, hanging out. It's really what this is. It's not like you guys come in here and we're like, all right, guys, this is what we're trading today. It's just cool to get updates and help each other out and just kind of remind each other of certain things and just kind of keep each other geared towards just progression, really. No matter the pace, you know, I don't care if you're as slow as molasses. As long as you don't quit, you are progressing. So I really am glad to be back here and talking with you guys again. This will be a kind of a light week. We only have today's stream and tomorrow's stream. Thursday's market is off, of course, in observance of July 4th. And then Friday we have no stream. But of course, I'm trying to do that weekly release of a new video every Friday for everybody. So that'll be coming up Friday as well. And I really think some of you guys will like the concept of that video with the auto trading stop loss. So I can't wait to see how some of you react to it. But again, I'll see you all later on. I appreciate you all for being here again, and thank you for the updates and the trades and just really good progression and confidence today. I really love the leadership shown by a lot of you today. But I'll see you guys later on. Again, have a great rest of your day.